How to succeed in real estate as an introvert. My name is Lauren Plant, mindset and performance coach. Just a reminder, all of my information is in the description, along with a free discovery call with me if you're interested in coaching, and some tools and resources down there as well for you guys to utilize, along with my contact information. So let's get started. How to succeed in real estate as an introvert. This video is probably going to go a little differently than you expected because I'm going to start off with something very important. How much of your introversion is due to fear of people and fear of the outside world versus how much of you is an introvert? So for me, I can tell you guys that I'm an extroverted introvert. I could talk for days. Once I'm out of the house, it's kind of hard to get me out of the house. However, that's because I do like time with myself. I like to spend a lot of time with my mind. I like to spend a lot of time with my own being, and also I enjoy my own company. I like introverted type of activities. I rather work out alone than with others typically, things that I like to do. Sometimes I like it better alone. I like my home. I like my own space. So those were definitely things that I had to understand about myself. However, I know and I realize that part of my introversion was due to fear of people and fear of the outside world. A major block for myself that I had to work through with myself, and I also see it in my clients a lot. That is a big block. Fear of judgment, fear of criticism, fear of how you're going to be treated in the unknown and not knowing what's going to happen and how people are going to react because maybe in your past it had been incredibly inconsistent or incredibly unknown and dangerous or unsafe. Now you don't know how people are going to react now because through life that may have been a pattern that you saw. And so I know that it was for me. So my extroverted side is like, once I get out, I do love being around people. I do not like large crowds. I like smaller crowds. I like smaller groups. I like one-on-one. That's why I do one-on-one coaching. I don't love group coaching. I feel like I connect deeply with people more one-on-one. So that's why I call myself an extroverted introvert, because I am kind of in the middle there. But in real estate, I had an empty battery a lot because I was around a lot of people all the time. Like sometimes I had 7 showings in a day, and however many people were on those showings and so many other people I had to talk to and be with. I am a social person, very, very good at communicating, very good at speaking and socializing with people. But I had to manage how quickly my battery were to run out. So you do have to ask yourself how much of your introversion is due to your fears. And you're going to have to maybe consider working through those fears. And again, I do that heavily in my coaching, especially in real estate, because those fears will hold you back from making deeper connections with people. Going into group settings, even if it's small group settings, and introducing yourself to people and letting them know, I'm a real estate agent. The thing is, everybody needs a home, but a lot of people will make up this kind of avoidance tactic or this narrative in their head, they're not going to need a home. They're going to not need me. They're not going to, the odds that they're looking for a real estate agent are small or slim to none. It's like, that doesn't matter. At the very end of the day, what your priority really should be is to connect with other people. And if they want a home, even better, right? If they want to work with you, even better. But really the priority should be to connect with people. But if you're afraid to do so and you're making up things in your head in order to avoid doing so, that's a block. That is where your introversion will get in the way of your career. You can definitely be successful as an introvert. I'm not a full-blown introvert, but I do work with other introverts that I find are successful, right? And there's this whole social media online presence that you guys can utilize, which I think introverts should really move in that direction. So if you are an introvert, find out what pieces of your introversion is fear and what pieces of you that you know about yourself and how much you can handle. It's going to be about understanding your threshold. How many people can you be around? How many group settings can you handle? In the group setting, how many people can you handle at a time, right? And what are the best ways for you to connect with people? You do have to ask yourself, okay, what modes in which do I enjoy the most? Some people like to connect online. Some people like to connect in person. Some people like to cold call. And there's all different ways in which you can do it. If you'd rather be behind a screen, cool. If you'd rather be behind a phone, cool. If you'd rather be in person, great. But understand which way, and think about it right now, in your day-to-day life, even the people that you let into your life, How do you like to connect? I had a very difficult client, extreme introvert, to the point where, like, you know, when he's out, he wears things to really block most of what you can even see of him, even sunglasses often and things like that, because he doesn't want to let people in. That is his way of protecting himself from people, because he really is in his shell, fully introverted. But a lot of that was due to fear. Everybody, a human basic need is to connect with other humans. That's just biological, that's just science. That's not really something you can fight. So I know, even if you're an introvert sitting here watching this, that you do have the ability and the need and the deep down, dark, deepest part of you desire to connect, even if it is with a few people. If you're an introvert, you're going to have to take on the mentality of quality over quantity, right? Which means you're going to have to find quality people to work with who are going to give you referrals, and you're going to have to deliver high quality. So you're not at a disadvantage, you're at a great advantage. And there are going to be other introverts that want to work with an introvert like yourself, and they're going to like your style in which you work. And that's the first mentality or mindset shift you're going to have to take on or shift to. Understanding that other people will want to work with you because you're an introvert. They will enjoy your introverted style. More quiet. When you speak high quality knowledge and information, straight to the point, factual, and you connect on a softer level, right? You're not in their face, you're not chatting their ear off or anything like that. However, you connect in a different way, and you're going to have to find out how you connect with people. But you deliver quality, and know that you are quality. So that means your self-worth game and your confidence game is going to be high up there, which I work a lot with on my introverts. And focus on that part of your self-development in order to take you to where you want to go. You can absolutely be successful in this industry as an introvert, but you need to know that. You need to know that there's clients out there for you. There's people out there that want to work with you and your little introverted self. And they're going to like and appreciate you for that, for your quietness. And maybe this is just an example, because I know one of my extroverted clients, he talks everybody's ear off, but he realized that some of his clients were a little more introverted. So instead of calling them all the time, checking in with them, he sends them a form. Fill out this form so we can get started with your search. Send it back to me. Great, they love it. He asks them, how would you like to be communicated to? And they say, less communication, please. Okay, great. Let me send you this form, get it back to me by this date. Easy. They send it back. That's how they like to communicate. They don't want to hop on the phone. They don't want to chat all day. They've got other things to do, or they just don't like to talk. Cool. But that's different ways in which you can communicate too. Send your clients a form. Great. You have all the information they need. Go find them what they need. Talk to them via email, text. You don't need to call them all the time. You don't need to be in their face all of the time. There are a lot of different ways in which you can take this. However, knowing yourself and what's best for you, and getting down to the nitty-gritty of how your inner workings work and what's going to make you happy and comfortable in this industry. And again, I can't stress enough, knowing that there's clients out there for you, an abundance of them, tons of them. My extroverts have a hard time working with the introverts. They can pass them to you, right? Or being an introvert, hopefully you will attract other introverted people. Going to more introverted type of activities, right? Maybe you like going to group meditations, something that you're independent in, and you're quiet in, but there's other people there. And you can connect with people somewhat there. You can send out flyers, mail outs. That's a way you can do your marketing. Maybe you're not as comfortable getting on social media personally, right? Or maybe you like writing better. I love writing. I love making these videos too, but I love to write. But I'm not really a, reels type of person, dance on the camera person. I'm not that, because I more fall into the introverted extrovert. I'm not a performer. Those are for the extroverts, not me. So maybe you write and you express yourself that way. Find your different ways in which you express yourself, and that's a good way in which you'll be able to market yourself. Reach out to people on LinkedIn, reach out to people on social media. These are all different ways in which you don't really have to be in other people's energy and be affected by their energy. It's usually another reason people are very introverted. They're very sensitive to energy and the energy of other people and the world in and of itself. You can find practices and ways in which you can protect your energy. Boundaries are always good, right? But also leaving earlier, setting times in which you'll stay till, and just knowing yourself and understanding your thresholds again. So practices on which you can protect your energy will help you when you do get out there and when you are out there. But some people do protect themselves to the point in which they seem like they're very standoffish or they're very distant. You want to avoid that. You want to know that nobody's against you and nobody's purposely trying to break your boundaries. And understanding that the only thing that you can really control is you. So don't build a wall so thick people can't get through, but understand what you need to do in order to keep your space, keep your distance, or allow for your introversion to breathe and for your spirit to feel okay in these situations. Think on that, but those are all different ways that you can be in real estate and be successful as an introvert. Understand what type of introvert you are, who you are as an introvert, your thresholds, and know that there's just so many different ways in which you can market. Thank God for social media. Thank God for online presence. You can do things that are easy and you don't have to put your face out there. Quotes, writing, reposting that help express you. But if you're not confident to even do that, you're not an introvert, you're just have a block in the area of self-worth. It's very different. So know your blocks, what's in your way, and know your threshold as an introvert, who you want to be and how you want to handle people out in the world. Obviously, you can reach out to me if you would like to talk about this further, but there's a fine line between the two, and it is a good way to make up excuses not to do what it is you want to do in your life. I'm not saying you're not an introvert if you think you are. You definitely probably are. But there's other factors too if you're using your introversion as an excuse. So don't do that. But you can absolutely 100,000 million% be successful as a real estate agent, as an introvert, and all of that can be managed. So that's the good news. If this information was helpful for you at all, please give this content a like, share with friends, subscribe to my channel, and as always, good luck.